Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Alfaini binti Adnan. My matric number is A176298.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur FATIHAH binti Aziz. My matric number is A176264.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is SYAFINAZ binti Sazali and my matric numbers is A175692.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Shafi bin Abu Bakar. My matric number is A176615.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Shafi bin Ahmad Zulkifli. My matric number is A175525.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad SYAZWAN bin Omar. My matric number is A176537.
So today we're going to talk about global warming. What is global warming? Global warming is an increase in our atmosphere and earth temperature, widely predicted to occur due to an increase in the greenhouse gases in our atmosphere. The level of carbon dioxide or CO2 in our atmosphere is higher than even before. The scientists already alarmed us about this climate change issue. So 19% of global warming effects has gone into the ocean. In the Massachusetts, for example, the sea level has risen 10 inches. At risk right now are 136 large coastal cities all over the world, 14 million people, and $3 trillion in assets. So who do we blame on? Global warming, man-made or natural phenomenon? So today we're going to have a thorough discussion on this issue with our panelists, which are Dr. SYAZWAN, Dr. SYAFIE, Dr. FATIHAH, Dr. SYAFINAZ, and Dr. SYAFIQ. So without further ado, I would like to invite our first panelist, which is Dr. SYAZWAN, to share his thought on this issue.
Thank you to our moderator, Dr. AUFA. In my point of view, global warming is a man-made catastrophe. We all know that humans are responsible for the global warming effect that we see today. Greenhouse gases, mostly carbon dioxide and methane, emitted by human activities, cause global warming. Those gases trap heat in the lower level of the atmosphere and cause its temperature to rise. According to National Aeronautic and Space Administration, again NASA, average Earth's temperature rise is about 0.8 degrees Celsius, equal to 33.44 degrees Fahrenheit since 1880. This is happening because of human activities such as logging, deforestation, and open burning. According to article from National Geographic, Climate 101, Deforestation by Christina Nunes, published in 7 February 2019, the world lost about 502,000 square miles, equal to 1.3 million square kilometers of forest between 1990 to 2016. There was a huge amount of trees that had been cut down. Other than that, fossil fuel consumption from vehicle and industrial activities contribute to global warming. Emission of greenhouse gases from vehicle and factories happen every single day. According to U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, typical passenger vehicles emits about 4.6 tons of CO2 per year. That one could lead to climate change and dangerous to humans' health. According to US EPA, industry and electrical generating factories contribute slightly more than 50% of carbon dioxide to the Earth's atmosphere. To be concluded, global warming that we see today mostly caused by human hand.
I would like to hear more from you on ozone depletion. Do you think ozone depletion is caused by global warming?
Ozone depletion and global warming are not the same thing, neither the main cause of others. Ozone layer is situated at stratosphere, which is the second layer of atmosphere. act as a shield that absorbs the sun's radiation. UV radiation. UV radiation could be very dangerous to Earth and living things. Ozone layer depletion caused by emission of chlorofluorocarbon, CFC, and halogens that could destroy ozone molecule. Those gases can be found in our daily usage product such as aerosol spray, air conditioner, and refrigerator. In the other hand, global warming is the rise in average global surface temperature, primarily caused by greenhouse gases, mostly carbon dioxide and methane, which trap heat in the lower level of the atmosphere. Those greenhouse gases mainly emitted by human activities such as overburning, deforestation, and fossil fuel consumption. Ozone layer depletion could lead to the increasing level of UV radiation that reach Earth's surfaces. UV radiation would negatively impacting Earth's ecosystem and living things, such as human, animal, and plants. In conclusion, ozone depletion is not mainly caused by global warming. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. SYAZWAN. So, Dr. Syafiq, would you like to follow up?
Thank you to our moderator, Dr. AUFA, and greeting to all our panelists. My opinion on this issue is I'm positive that global warming that happening on our planet right now are caused by natural phenomenon. So, first I want to say I'm not putting the blame 100% on the natural phenomenon. Human are part of the issue as well. But I think there are natural factor involved in contributing the warming up in this planet. Through this planet lifespan for about 4.5 billion years old, the study has shown that the planet has gone through its own warming up and cooling down cycle, even in old days when the contact of human with the environment are very low. But only after the Industrial Revolution, where many technologies that emit greenhouse gases invented, the spotlight of causes changed to human. But before that, nature are the main factor. So one of the natural phenomena that affecting the global temperature is orbital change. It is well known that our planet is the third planet in solar system, and our planet are orbiting the sun. So the Earth has its own cycle of warming up and cooling down that repeats itself naturally. There is a theory proposed by a Serbian astrophysics called Milankovic. In his theory, the Milankovic theory, he proposed that the solar radiation were affected by three fundamental factors. The first factor is eccentricity. So the shape of Earth's orbit in solar system actually ellipse. So eccentricity is when the shape of the orbit change from ellipse to circle. And the second factor is obliquity. Obliquity is when the rotation angle of Earth axis tilt a little. So, and the third is precision. Precision is when the planet wobbles and change its north position from star Polaris to star Vega. All these factor can take up to thousands of years to happen, and combined effect of all these three factors can cause the season to cycle, causing a longer winter or longer summer. The second natural phenomenon that also contribute in global warming are volcanic activities. During volcanic eruption, not only the landform around the volcano changed due to the lava emitted by the volcano, the atmosphere also affected by this volcanic activities. The volcano released dust particle and carbon dioxide during its process of about to explode or after exploding. And the dust particle that can cause the dust particle released during the volcanic activities can cause a phenomenon called global cooling. So the dust actually floats in the atmosphere, causing the radiation of the sun, shading the radiation of the sun from reaching the Earth's surface. So that phenomenon called global cooling. Meanwhile, the carbon dioxide released during the process can add up to the greenhouse gases that already exist in the atmosphere. This will worsen the effect of global warming. And finally, solar output also one of the factor. The sun is the net main source of energy, and the radiation released from the sun can decrease. But when the radiation increase, the earth temperature will also affected and increase. All of this possible because an activity called the sunspot activity. And there is also a natural phenomenon called perihelion and aphelion, which when the earth moves closer to the sun or further from the sun. So this process can cause the temperature of the earth increase slightly than usual.
So do you think by reducing carbon dioxide emission, it will help to reduce global warming effects?
Thank you for the question. It is a good effort to reduce the carbon dioxide emission, and there has been many efforts taken by many organizations such as IPCC, who recommend that we reduce carbon dioxide and greenhouse gases emission to net zero by 2050. And to answer the question, yes, by reducing carbon dioxide, it will help in reducing the global warming. And for example, one of the things that will affected by this probably coral reef. It is because the global warming causing the sea temperature to rise up and destroying the coral reef. So by reducing the carbon dioxide emission, it will help the temperature to go down and it will help the coral reef. And the only problem causing the idea of reducing the carbon dioxide emission is we need to make up our mind and give our 100% commitment to make this happen. And one of the things that we can do is planting more trees and using more eco-friendly technologies in our daily life.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Syafiq. Now that we heard from both sides, humans and nature, so who do we put blame on? Is it humans or nature also play a big role in this global warming issue? So Dr. Syafiq, we would like to hear more from you.
Thank you. To answer that particular question, I would like to say that both did play a big part in heating up the world. But there is some difference there. Natural phenomena include sun intensity, volcanic eruption, and changes in the greenhouse gases concentration in the atmosphere. This greenhouse gases emission is quite a lot. But the nature have its own ways to recalibrate things back to normal, or at least to a considerable level. This claim that the natural phenomenon is the cause for the global warming is true, as according to NASA, in Earth history before the industrial age, the Earth climate changed due to the natural causes, not related to a human activity. But as we are currently living way past the industrial age, that finding isn't quite valid as the NASA showed that these natural causes are still in play, but their influence is too small or they occur too slowly to explain the rapid warming seen in the recent decades. As for the mankind, we have not really heard about global warming before, but particularly over the past 50 years to be exact. That is the time period where humans have been aggressively exploiting the earth for its treasure. Many factories were opened for the sake of greed and money. According to NRDC, National Resource Defense Council, the burning of fossil fuels like coal, oil and gas for electricity, fuel and transportation is the primary source of human generation emission. A second major source is deforestation, which sequestrates carbon into the air. It is estimated also by NASA and NRDC that logging, clear-cutting, fire and other forms of forest degradation contribute up to 20% of the global carbon emission. This activity contributes to the rise of global greenhouse gases concentration in the atmosphere, as IPCC, International Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, reported that the concentration of carbon dioxide, methane and nitrous oxide have increased to level unprecedented in the least over the past 800,000 years. The atmosphere's share of carbon dioxide also have risen by 40% since the pre-industrial times. Therefore, this leads to global warming, as shown by the report also by IPCC itself, that on average the global air temperature has risen by 1 degree Celsius since the beginning of industrial times revolution, and it is increasing ever faster. All this debate of who is the main culprit for the global warming is answered by the recent finding by International Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, which is on their fifth assessment report that they concluded there is more than 95% probability that human activities over the past 50 years have warmed up our planet. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Shafiee. Okay, we've already heard about the causes. So, Dr. Fatihah, as a biologist, what component of our biosphere received the worst effect from global warming?
Thank you, Ms. Alpha, for the question. I believe that animals suffers the most from climate change because climate change poses a fundamental threat to people, places, and most importantly, animals. And also, climate change impacting most species on Earth, even down to the genomes. According to SYAFIQ, the lead author for a landmark science study from 2018 found that current warming has left a discernible mark on 77 of 94 different ecological processes, including species genetics, seasonal responses, and morphology. Research done by scientists found that woodland salamanders are shrinking in the Appalachian Mountains. The long-billed arachnoid breeding is producing smaller young, leading to survival in difficulties. Meanwhile, alpine chipmunk in Yellowstone National Parks have experiencing change to the skulls due to climate pressure. According to Washington Daily on November 21st, World Heritage Queensland Rainforest in Australia has been burned for 10 days without everyone notice it. The blaze, which took place in environments supposedly resistant to fire, is the clearest sign that climate change has affected the tropics. The fire had destroyed across about 250 hectares. They estimated that 350 of the nearly 700 koalas that live in that island has been killed. In conclusion, protecting wildlife and habitat across land and sea is vital for a functioning planet and is urgent to win against the battle against the climate change. I do believe that this is no longer about polar bears, because coral reef or penguins. It's practically about everything.
Okay, thank you. That's from a biologist's perspective. Okay, so Dr. SYAFINAZ, as a cardiologist, what is the relationship between global warming and human health?
Okay, thank you, Abid, to our respective moderator for that question. Honestly, in my perspective, there is a very positive relationship between human and also global warming. So why do I say so? Because global warming actually can endanger all life in this planet, which we can see roughly through our health condition. International researchers under the ambit of the Lancet Countdown on Climate Change had sent a chilling warning to the world, which said that climate change is affecting our health. According to Climate Change and Human Health article by Zachary Abdul Hamid, which is published in 31st December 2018, a report had found that even a small changes in rainfall or temperature will not only lower the productivity and crop yields, but it also will help the spreading of infectious diseases. For example, the capacity of the dengue virus to spread has increased by 7.8% since 1950s. Okay, the seasonal capacity for the Aedes mosquito, the primary species spreading Zika, chikungunya and also dengue, and its ability to spread has lengthened and strengthened. There are also a new record about dengue transmission in 2016 said that the spread is expected to rise instead with average global temperature. Besides that, there also a report said that half of 478 cities surveyed stated that their public health structure will be seriously compromised by climate change. More people than ever are vulnerable to heat exposure globally, and guys, the numbers are rising. And thus, the country should continue refining its national policy on climate change, which incorporates health perspective. Thank you.
Okay, we already discussed about causes and effects. So, how do we reduce this global warming issue? Is it only the authorities' responsibility, or we as a common people could do something about it?
Okay, Ms. Marita, allow me to answer that. Okay, what is the effort? I think the authorities have their own effort to against this phenomenon, but among them still there are few countries that do not pay attention to this matter seriously, which they give much more full attention towards their country's developments. Okay, actually the leaders of each country should make sure that a very drastic action should be done from now on to against this phenomenon to occur more seriously and worsen our planet. Okay, there's also many articles said that climate change is a multifaceted issue which need the attention of many government sectors. For example, close collaboration between the Ministry of Health, Science, Technologies, and also the Ministry of Health and Ministry of Health should have a close collaboration between them. Thus, by this way, it can strengthen their national effort to mitigate these risks and impacts of the climate change phenomenon. There is still hopes to against our work from this phenomenon to be occur worsened by these 2 days. For example, as we already seen that United Kingdom and also France are phasing out from traditional combustion, which combustion vehicles and moving towards electric vehicles. For example, they are using solar, wind and hydroelectric energy. Thus, our country also can against this phenomenon by their leaders' action. Thank you.
I do agree with Ms. SYAFINAZ that humans play a big part in helping to address this climate change. I believe that government and large organizations can invest and commit to reducing carbon emissions and protecting natural ecosystem that increase resilience to climate change not only for nature but for people as well.
I think it is great that government has started to take action against global warming. But how much the government could do to combat this situation if the big corporates and companies are still releasing millions of tons of carbon dioxide into the air without any repercussion?
I think the government can have a stricter regulation towards this big company, and they should take time to investigate whether this big company or corporation are they following the rules that has been made for the global warming situation.
In my opinion, I think that not only government should play their part, we also can play our part to reduce the emission of greenhouse gases to the Earth's atmosphere. We can sharing cars to go anywhere or use public transportation. We also can use electrical vehicle, hybrid vehicle or fuel efficient vehicle to reduce the carbon dioxide emission. Thank you.
Okay, so based on our panelist discussion, I can conclude that global warming is actually caused by both humans and of course nature. We cannot deny that greenhouse gases that causes global warming are also released during natural processes such as volcanic eruption and organisms' respiratory activity. We all know that warming and cooling has happened long in the past and even before humans were around. Many factors called climate drivers can influence our Earth climate changing. So, the Earth climate change can be seen in a diverse range of records, for instance in our ocean, atmosphere and of course our Earth surface. So we as a community who live in this planet must do everything that it takes to abate this global warming effects from becoming worse. Last but not least, I would like to thank all the panelists for spending their time today discussing on this